Manderley was supposed to have that morgue locked down, but somebody got to the corpse before we did. We can still reconfigure. Track this Yahoo down.
It's too late for that. It's time to clean up.
But what about the Dutchman?
No loose ends, Barrett.
I'll make the call.
Malik, get out of sight, now.
Why? What's going on?
They're here. The mercs who killed Megan and her team.
Fuck!
I'm going in.
Orders are orders. Besides, we're about to pull out anyway. Just waiting on confirmation about you.
I still can't believe it's dead. 3 months up to come with no security free. Something closer at the last minute.
So what? Maybe even the same guy who got us right there. Tells me
Access granted.
Stay out there, goddammit. Waste of time, nothing here.
Access granted. Access granted.
Richard, patch me to Sarif. We may have a problem here.
Wonderful. Adam, talk to me.
This factory, where the hacker's signal originated, it's got FEMA signs all over it. I think it's some kind of internment camp.
FEMA? That's impossible. Half of our contracts are government issue.
I know, but the soldiers who attacked us are here. And from the looks of it, they've got access to some pretty impressive equipment.
I better make some calls. Find out who's giving the orders and get back to me.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that wreck not gonna get back here. Trust me, my way is faster. See? Why carry him when they can walk?
So why is he not walking out of here?
Hang on. Gotta be one of these buttons. Enter combat. Come out!
Cover me! Oscar Mike! Stop! I see you! Come and get me! Eat that! Pirates! Bring 'em! Can't see 'em. Search every corner!
Someone, you're going down!
Access granted.
I've got a possibility.
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all your toys and diapers, kiddies, because we are evacuating this dump right now. On your way out, you may cross paths with some FEMA personnel just itching to get their barracks back. Leave them the fuck alone. Some of us may have to deal with them again one of these days. You just never know. In the meantime, make it quick and do it quiet, and we'll all meet up again in Shangri-La. Got it?
Access granted.
Hostile!
One of our guys is down. I think he's alive.
Check condition, then we'll search the area.
All systems go. I think someone KO'd me.
Man is down!
One of our guys is down. I think he's alive.
Check condition, then we'll search the area.
Bye-bye, asshole! Stay down!
Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted.
What are you doing here?
Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted.
Jensen, that frequency we tracked just got a burst of activity. I think these guys might be pulling out.
Yeah, I've kind of been getting that feeling. Any idea who's running the show?
They're using some kind of code. But from what I can gather, the guy giving the orders is still a level below you.
Nice job, Pritchard. I'll find him.
Access granted.
Well, looky here. We got us a Boy Scout.
He must be the one who mucked up my operation at the morgue.
Get rid of him, Barrett.
Oh, that's gonna be a pleasure.
I'm just getting warmed up. Stand down.
You know, I don't need to see you to kill you.
Access granted.
You know, son, this is just the way I've always liked it. Mano y mano. One on one. This is where the rubber meets the road, boy. Come on out.
Access granted.
Bet you got no idea what you messed with, do you? Come on, Alfred. That's enough. That's enough. Drops away, Boy Scout.
Access granted.
Come on, kid. Fight like a man.
Access granted.
Don't die on me yet. This Boy Scout's got a few questions to ask. Your leader, the one who called you Barrett. Who is he? Why is FEMA sending you after Seraph Industries?
FEMA? You think FEMA gives a rat's ass about some rinky-dink biotech corporation's company secrets? You got worse enemies than FEMA.
Yeah? Like who? Who?
Get to Shanghai. Hang Shot Court Gardens. Penthouse. Tell him... Tell him... Tell him Barrett sent you straight to hell!
Jensen, what's going on down there? Those soldiers just sixed out like you wouldn't believe.
They see you?
No, I was flying dark in case it got hot. You all right?
I'm fine. Patch me to Seraph.
I'm getting you out of here first. Get to the LZ. I'll pick you up there. You ready to get out of here, Jensen?
Yeah, take us back to Seraph Industries.
None too soon, if you ask me. Strap in and hold on.
Jensen, I need to speak with you. Meet me in your office right away.
I'd love to, Francis, but I have to debrief Seraph first.
I suppose you could, or you could hear what I have to say and see if that doesn't change things. Pritchard out.
I can't believe it, Jensen. An internment camp smack dab in the middle of Detroit. Shit. You know, people have been talking about these kind of things ever since I was a kid. But to actually find evidence, to know the people running this country distrust us so much, makes you wonder if they really did close Guantanamo. You know, people have been talking about these kind of things ever since I was a kid. But to actually find evidence, to know the people running...
Hey, boss, you been up to see Mr. Seraph yet? Asked me to remind you to go see him, if you haven't yet.
Jensen? Another late night, huh?
Spotted leaving an upscale hotel in Prague today.
I don't have time to talk to you, Jensen. I've got a lot of work to catch up on.
Three-day conference for UNESCO. This sighting comes barely 3 days after VersaLife CEO Bob Page was also spotted powwowing with United Nations delegates. This time, outside the international organization's New York headquarters.
Another late night, huh?
But it suggests to me that we may be finally seeing some action in the ongoing debate over human enhancement.
You know, boss, I don't mind saying some of us were worried Mr. Seraph was calling you in too early. A panic move, you know? Am I ever glad we were wrong? You're kicking ass and taking names. We need everyone on high alert. It's not only the pro-Augs who might want to get a Taggart, but the ones against them too.
You're saying that pro-human activists might see this visit as treachery?
I'm just saying anything is possible, so keep your eyes out for suspicious characters.
Right.
No one relaxes until Taggart and his entourage are out of the building. Got it covered here, boss. Don't you worry.
Hey, boss. I heard there was some kind of commotion at the downtown police station earlier. You know that's the precinct that was handling the investigation into the first attack against us, don't you? We're attacked, then the police handling the investigation get attacked. I guess it's a stretch to think that the two are related.
Can't this wait until I get home?
When is someone gonna do something about those scumbag bangers in Derelict Row? They're everywhere. A decent person can't even walk.
Well, can you blame him? A security breach of this magnitude? It's like our entire network has been violated.
How the hell did they get past the firewall?
I don't know,
Hey,
but
Mr.
he's got
Jensen,
a shitload
you
of
think
new
we
coding
still
to
need
do.
all this security
All
in
the
here now that the
passwords he
situation
has
is
to
behind us?
reset?
Most of the office has gone home. Only the cleaning crew is sticking
No
around.
kidding.
The way things are going, maybe Mr. Sarah should consider selling the firm. See you later.
What's up?
Prison cat hidden in Highland Park?
You've got to be kidding me.
That's what Will was saying. He heard Frank talking to David about it.
Oh, and Will is a reliable source. You know, he listens to that conspiracy radio DJ all the time.
I'm not so sure. The way things have been going around here lately, I'm starting to wonder if the government is up to something. Those men who attacked us 6 months ago had to have had military training.
Yeah, but not necessarily U.S. military training.
Meaning what?
Meaning we all know how much the Chinese want to get their hands on what we do here. And I just heard that Athena's getting Jensen a new passport. Do the math, ladies.
I thought Mr. Seraph sent you home tonight, Adam. You've certainly had a busy first day back.
All due respect, Mr. Cannon. I can't believe we're letting that arrogant bastard Taggart sniff around our building.
Don't start getting all hyper on me now, Dobell.
His Humanity Front rehabilitation centers are not filled with recovering neuropozyne addicts. They're exactly what the name says they are, a front.
For what, Dobell?
Remember those allegations about the front sending money to organizations with known ties to terror cells? They're building training facilities for Purity First terrorists.
Taggart's aide Sandoval doesn't look like a terrorist to me, Dobell. The man is a doctor.
It's the perfect cover, if you ask me. Mr. Jensen, did you run into Bill Taggart yet? I seriously can't believe Mr. Sarif let him in this place. After what his people did at our plant?
Jensen, I thought Sarif sent you home hours ago.
I saw William Taggart in the building earlier. Guy's got balls coming here.
Jensen?
People are finally starting to calm down.
The guy's my hero all of a sudden, but there was just something about Taggart that I found a little mesmerizing.
He's a bigot, Walt.
I know, but he did this thing. I asked him if this was his first time in Detroit, and he started telling me how he came here in '06 for the last game of the ALCS. You know, when Kenny Rogers was spraying champagne everywhere?
I hate baseball.
So while he's telling me this, Denny comes over and tries to ask him something, but Taggart just holds up a hand, turns to me, and says, "Excuse me, will you?" I thought it was a pretty polite gesture for somebody everyone keeps calling superior.
I'm sure Mussolini was polite too.
Jensen, did you happen to bump into Bill Taggart yet? I'd love to hear your impression
Amazing.
of him.
Even people in this company are hypnotized by Taggart's charm.
What do you want?
As much as I hate to admit it, I need your help. That signal you shut down in DRB territory. It's been active for almost a year.
You're telling me someone outside this company has had access to our network since before the first attack?
I've detected intrusions before and shut them down swiftly every time. But whoever designed this particular algorithm is good. Very good.
You've told Sarif?
See, here's the thing. The intrusions were possible because of a backdoor access into our security system that I never even knew existed.
The one Sanders' team used to get inside our plant.
I've worked here for 7 years, Jensen, and this is the first time I've seen that particular access route. David Sarif created it, specifically to bypass the firewall. He's hiding something, and I think you should find out what it is.
Why me?
Because, as far as I can tell, Sarif created that access, and was streaming a lot of data through it, shortly after your ex-girlfriend suggested he hire you. Don't you have some investigating to do?
Jensen, guess who was here? That Humanity Front guy. Trigger? Taggart? Taggart! Tell me something. Has he got a personal grudge against the big guy?
Excuse me.
Mr. Jensen, isn't it?
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
In a moment, Isaiah. I was hoping I might run into you, Mr. Jensen. Bill Taggart.
The founder of the Humanity Front. I know who you are.
Yes. Yes, I imagine you do. As David Sarif's top security man, I imagine you have quite the file on me. But I assure you, Mr. Jensen, I am devastated by recent events.
Really?
I do not support what you and your company are doing to mankind. I believe it's extremely dangerous. But abolishing human enhancement technologies will only be achieved through legal means.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is your first day back since the accident 6 months ago, isn't it?
Sir, we have to go.
What happened to me was no accident.
Ah, my mistake. But it must have been stressful facing down a second incident so soon. I imagine it brought back all kinds of unpleasant memories.
My memories are none of your damn business, Taggart.
Did I hit a nerve? Forgive me. It's my nature as a psychologist, I suppose, to want to ask the difficult questions. You see, I find that ignoring them doesn't make them go away. You might want to keep that in mind. Now, if you'll be so kind as to excuse me.
I'm curious about something, Mr. Taggart. What is it you hope to accomplish by coming here tonight?
I would think that would be obvious. Your company has been viciously targeted. The violence and bloodshed that's occurred, it must be stopped. But I'm afraid it won't be until men of wisdom and understanding come to an agreement.
About what?
About the future, Mr. Jensen. This enhancement technology threatens to change the course of human evolution, to redefine what it even means to be human. You think governments can afford to let that go unregulated?
You can't stop progress, Mr. Taggart.
Perhaps not. But neither can we afford to sit by and watch it happen on its own. Not when we have the ability, the collective will, and foresight to influence it.
I see. Thank you for illuminating me.
Anytime. I'm glad we had a chance to talk, Mr. Jensen. Meeting you has been very informative.
You're Taggart's aide, aren't you? Dr. Isaiah Sandoval, isn't it?
No need to play ignorant, Mr. Jensen. I am quite sure you have a file on me that's as thick as the one you have on Mr. Taggart.
You're an outspoken activist in your own right, Dr. Sandoval.
When you have seen the things that I have, you find you have no choice but to stand up and be counted. Frankly, I am surprised an ex-cop like yourself isn't more disturbed by the dangers of this technology.
Augmentations help a lot of people, Doc. Handicapped, war vets.
Yes, but at what cost? My own friend had his life ruined by these so-called enhancements of yours. A man much like you who had no choice but to become augmented. Yet once he was... Too much power can make you do terrible things, Mr. Jensen. I suggest you think long and hard on that.
I'd like to hear more about your friend, Dr. Sandoval. What exactly did he do?
Nothing.
Was he injured in the Gulf?
He went on a rampage in a shopping mall, if you must know. Hoping to be gunned down by the police, rather than face a lifetime battling augmentation addiction.
He was addicted to augments?
They don't talk about it in those corporate brochures of yours, do they? Neuroposine dependency, rejection psychosis, any number of physical and psychological ills have resulted from this technology, and yet we rarely hear a word about them.
I'm sure the literature is out there.
No thanks to the throng of corporate lawyers attempting to stop it.
Your friend, did he succeed? Did he suicide by cop?
No. Bill Taggart talked him down. I am sure you are very busy, Mr. Jensen, as are
Do
Mr.
my job
Taggart
here,
and
sir.
I.
I'm sure you can appreciate that.
You will think on what I said, won't you?
Athena, you've been at this company a long time.
I hope that's not a comment about my age, Adam.
No. But I know nothing gets by you. If Sarif had done something that could compromise us.
Mr. Sarif has only the best interests of this company in mind, Adam.
I'm not questioning that.
Aren't you? I've been here since the beginning. I've seen how he built this up from nothing. He cares for his people. He truly believes what we're doing is important, and he would never do anything to jeopardize it.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
No, you shouldn't have. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. You better get in there, Adam. David's been waiting.
Boss, we need to talk.
Is something wrong?
I'm not sure. Did you set up a private access route to bypass the company firewall right before you hired me?
I what?
Pritchard said someone's been using it to access our system since before the first attack. The security measures he and I set in place never stopped them because we didn't even know the loophole existed.
Ah, I see. Frank's fixed that, though, right?
He has now, but he's wondering why you never mentioned it.
Frank's paranoid, Adam. You know that. Can a busy man forget things once in a while?
You streamed an awful lot of data through that portal, boss. Right before you brought me on board. Pritchard may be paranoid, but I gotta admit, I'm wondering what was in it too.
Yeah, as an ex-cop, I guess you would. But the important thing is you found the hole and plugged it. We're secure now. And the information you uncovered in that FEMA facility may actually help us track these guys. So let's just stay focused on what's important.
I want to, believe me. I want to catch these guys as badly as you do. But that breach is responsible for every security crisis we've had, including today's. If you want me to stop these guys, I need to know what kind of data they've had access to.
You're right, you're right. I'm sorry if I seem evasive. But you can't expect me to tell you every detail of this company's operations every single day. We're at war here. And it's your job to protect us from enemies who try to take us down. You should have found that loophole without my having to tell you about it. You know, Frank wanted me to hire experts, an outside security firm to protect us, but you convinced me you could do it. Are you saying you were wrong?
I think I proved myself today. And the only reason I'm worried about that loophole right now is because the data you streamed through it could have been accessed, backtraced, and stolen by the men who attacked us. Our enemies might still find a way to hurt us with it.
What? Well, I never considered that. I'm sorry, son. I guess you have proved yourself today. Look, I'm not going to share every single detail of this data with you. As CEO of this company, there are things I can't release, even to you, Frank, or Athena. I consider us all a team here, but we each have our own roles to fill. I decide who gets trusted with what, and in this case, you're just going to have to do your job without knowing all the facts. Megan said you could roll with the punches. Proof she was right.
Boss, I really don't understand why you're giving me the runaround. When you hired me, I said I'd give you the best I could, but I can't protect us if you keep hamstringing my every move. If you won't level with me and tell me what it is you're hiding, then I'm out of here. I quit.
Adam, wait. You can't leave us. We need you. Now more than ever. All right. Look, the truth is, I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigator, someone who can run covert background checks on people, potential new recruits, like you.
You what?
I had to, Adam. You were a liability, remember? You'd just been fired from SWAT. Now, Megan believed in you, but I had to be sure. Look, I don't want this to come between us. I'll send the files to your computer. You can see for yourself what he dug up. But Adam, you'd better be sure.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes the past should stay in the past. Once you see that data, you can't unring the bell. When you're ready, come back and talk to me. We need to discuss our next move. Here, this is for you. It's a corporate passport encoded with your biometrics. I've set up a false flag routing which should get you to Henshaw Island without any problems.
You're sending me to China? What about FEMA?
FEMA's got nothing to do with this, trust me. We'll have better luck in China.
How can you say that? I saw the bastard who killed Megan pulling his men out of that facility. I left one of those men dead in its underground storage bay.
I know that, Adam. Frank was monitoring the whole thing. So I also know that before he died, that man gave you an address in China. I want you to check it out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Adam. There's a reason this company's under attack. You think it has to do with the Typhoon or with some other top-secret military project that I haven't told you about?
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The work Megan's team was doing before they were killed, it was redefining what it means to be human. This company, Seraph Industries, was about to lead mankind to its next stage in human development. Self-controlled evolution. Can't you see how scary that can be to some people?
Sure. I also see how lucrative it can be for some others.
It's never been about money for me, Adam. But you're right. There are people out there who don't exactly feel the same.
Like who?
I'm hoping you'll be able to find that answer for us in China. So get going. Farida's prepping the chopper. You have your orders, Adam. Meet Farida at the helipad as soon as you're ready to leave. And don't forget to keep track of your expenses in Henshaw, or Athena will be on my ass.
Sorry, Adam, I can't help you right now. I'm trying to deal with the fallout from the Taggart meeting. Besides, Farida's waiting for you at the helipad.
Athena tells me you spoke to Sarif. Did he happen to tell you why he made us look like idiots?
I'm handling it.
You can imagine how relieved I am to hear that. I'll tell you what. While you follow any lead Sarif spoon feeds you, I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place and backtrace that signal.
That's your pride talking. Still, get back to me if you find something.
You meant when?
Pretty sure I didn't.
I don't care what happened to it. The same hotel that was concurrently hosting a 3-day conference for UNESCO.
Jensen?
Hey, Jensen. The boss said you were on your way. You're gonna love Hengsha.
You've been there?
Used to live there. I spent 3, maybe 4 years working in the upper city, and most of my nights having fun in the lower one. You ready to go?
I thought I was. How long is this gonna take, Malik?
You mean the flight or the fun afterward? Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. Climb in. Jensen, you might want to get ready. The jewel of the Yangtze approacheth.
Son of a bitch. I'm supposed to find answers in that.
Hey, twice the scum and half the space. Hang on, we're going in. The address you got off that Merc, Hengsha Court Gardens. It's a bit of a walk from here in the Yuzhou district, but I figured it might be best not to drop you too close.
In case Barrett only gave up the address knowing I'd walk into another trap.
It's the kind of thing I'd do to an enemy. You want my advice? Just find out who lives there and get out.
Have you seen Ning lately? Not since last week. I'm starting to get worried. She missed 3 days of work already. You don't think Chan, for Ning's sake? I hope not. May is worried though. Speaking of May. Where else would she be?
That girl is seriously going to get herself into trouble one of these days.
If that were the case, she'd already be in trouble. Between you and me, I'm starting to think Chan's afraid of her. If you're looking for a friend, I'd head downstairs. A lot of girls looking for the company of a handsome
Hello,
man
sir.
like you.
We're on break.
But if you would like
Oh no, don't tell me I left my purse in there with May. Hey, mister, you think you could go in there and pretend to be a customer? It might break up the fight.
I told you! I am not getting augment. Not for this.
Our customers would pay much for the services of an augmented girl. You can make a lot of money.
Then tell customers to get themselves augmented and they can go fuck themselves.
I'm sure, May. You have a customer. Get to work. My apologies, sir. I was not aware May had a client waiting.
You're not a customer, are you?
What makes you say that?
The way you move, your attitude.
And what's my attitude?
Police. Or soldier. Someone on business. So why are you here?
I heard your argument. What was that all about?
They want me to get augmentations. For the customer's pleasure. It's sick. I quit before I ever let them touch me.
Sounded like they don't consider it an option.
They don't. I am lucky, I guess. I've been here the longest. It has advantages. But the new girls, they're not so lucky.
What do you mean?
They are forced to get augments. It's very bad. One of the girls who work here, Ning, she has been gone for days. I fear they took her and will force her to get augmented. You seem like a good man. I am desperate. Please, can you help? I can pay you.
Why do you think Ning has been kidnapped?
Before, we could always refuse augmentations. But more and more girls got them, and it brings more money. Now they force us to do it. They won't even hire purebreds like me anymore, because they're not as popular.
Is Ning one of the pure breeds?
Yes. Oh, well, I hope she still is. They started pushing for her to get augments. She say no even when it gets violent. Now I fear they lose patience and will force the operation. Ning's not the first, and she won't be the last.
You keep referring to them. Who are they?
The Honghua Hotel used to be independent. In the past, we had to deal with local police for protection. And because we ran a clean and safe business, they looked the other way. But then, things changed.
What happened?
Bell Tower become the police in Lower Hansa, and they not care to help us. So, a drug lord came in with all his men and took control. Things has never been the same, and we cannot do anything about it.
Isn't this a job for the police?
The police leave Lower Hansa to Bell Tower, and Bell Tower not care what happens if criminal pay them money. They don't care about my friend, or any of the other girls forced into the sex trade.
What do you need me to do?
I heard the girls are drugged and taken to a place somewhere in Dagong district. There, they're held until the doctor comes. I wish you to find this place, to find where they're holding Ning. I hope it's not too late.
You said you can pay. How much are we talking here?
If you free Ning, I will pay good. 1,000 credit. More, if you're willing to help again.
Okay, I'll help your friend.
Thank you. I knew I was right about you, Mr.
Jensen.
Mr. Jensen. I fear there's little time. You must find Ning before they leash her with augments.
Leash her?
Yes, they call it that. They leash their girls with augments to keep them under control by supplying neuropazine. I do not know where they keep Ning, just that it is somewhere in Dagong district.
A specific location would help.
I tell you, I do not have one. But there is a bouncer here, Chuan Li. He works with these people. He will know where Ning is. He goes to the roof to smoke often. Look for him there. You might be able to convince him to reveal the place.
Anything else you can give me?
Yes. The men holding Ning. They most likely work with local triad gang here, the harvesters. If you look for some of them around, maybe you find Ning better.
Got it.
Ever since Ning went missing, May has been on the warpath.
Buildings that are basically architectural wonders. A city full of greenery, wealth, and glowing-eyed students and professionals walking the smart roads. Now, let's cruise on over to the press the lower level. Get prepared again.
You were awesome, baby.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Oh, hey, did I tell you that boss is forcing some of the girls to get augmented? Sometimes I talk so much I forget who I told what.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so he thinks it'd be a nice little gimmick to bring in more customers. Personally, I don't think the girls should be forced into anything, but I find it amazing how passionate people are on both sides of this whole augmentation thing. Some think it's the end of us all, others think it's going to lead us...
Jensen, you lost or something? Didn't think it would take this long to check out one apartment.
I took a detour. Tell me something, Malik. You think a smart card with a Tai Young Medical logo on it will come in handy in this town?
TYM, the global leader in augmentation technology? They put up almost half the cash to build this city, so maybe. Why are you asking?
No reason. Just thinking ahead.
Before it's too late. Then we correct it, you know?
Yeah, so what do I owe you this time? Ugh.
Shove off, before I shove you off.
I'm here to see you.
Uh-huh. What about?
Ning.
Open the phone book. Plenty of them in there.
Your friends are holding her. I can make it worth your while if you tell me where.
Worth my while? Yeah, maybe. Let's see some credits first, the tough guy, and then maybe I'll tell you where to find her.
I gotta make sure she's okay first. She'll be a lot more valuable to me, and you, if she's alive and in one piece, if you know what I mean.
I get it. Smart businessman you are. Okay. I'll tell you. They're holding her on a small side street just off the open gutter in the Daigong district, but listen, I didn't say anything, right?
换行刷吗？我想你听不懂我说的话，但是旅途愉快。
别走啊，子怡，再多住几个月吧。
没办法，当初大永机械收购我们公司的时候，我的工资就下降了不少。现在我赚的可付不起房租。
来胶南旅馆住吧，虽然这不是天堂，但是它便宜。在这你可以重新开始。
好的，我会考虑的。
That has to be the lamest come on I've ever heard. Now get a life.
我不会说英语。
Keep to the crowded areas of Lower City if possible, sir. Less chance of you disappearing.
How can I help you? Please, don't loiter in the streets. It'll identify you as a tourist.
你喜欢行刷吗？
赚够了钱，我们就可以去找个公寓搬进去住嘛。
那我们现在不得不住在旅馆，难以置信。自从你在大勇那丢了工作，我们的生活就一团糟。
实在抱歉，亲爱的，我保证我会再找一份工作，我们马上就搬回到横沙的上城区，好不好？
告诉你不要去淌那趟浑水，你就是不听，四处奔找。还说建立个良门什么的，看看我们现在。
大勇的条件太糟糕了，我只是想做个正确的事儿，我求着你好不好，亲爱的，你别离开我。不好意思，现在不方便。
Can't you see we're having a private conversation here?
在当地的lâm诊所里，我从来没见过那样的手，他们看起来很先进。我知道科技会一直进步，但有时我很担心我们会无法驾驶它。
Good evening, sir. Is there anything I can help you with?
Another expat. Welcome to the most advanced city in the world. According to the travel brochures, anyway. Doesn't look so advanced down here, though, does it? The Chinese government hasn't changed a bit. Now they're literally keeping their people in the dark.
我不懂英文。
来我们国家，但不会说我们的话。
Keep to the crowded areas of Lower City if possible, sir.
宝贝儿，你只对特价感兴趣啊？这个不便宜的，很值钱。我保证。
市场上最好的，我向你保证，这些人不可能都弄错了吧？
到这儿来，帅哥。
哎，我会帮你消除烦恼。
Access grant.
快点，我很忙，除非你要买东西。
最好的10分钟，别错过了。
You know, there's an amazing view of the cityscape on a rooftop that's just underneath the kangaroo. If you're nice enough, maybe I'll take you there.
You know, I'm afraid of heights, and I'm not really sure how I feel about this whole city on top of a city thing.
Come on, the island's only so big, and you said it yourself. It's a center of free commerce. perfect expression in China. If we want to keep it that way, we have to build up.
But at what cost? It's taken 12 years to build the Pangu so far, and it could take another 10 more to finish. Who's gonna pay for all that?
Taiyong Medical, probably. And any other cybernetic company wants to come.
That's kind of what I'm afraid of. What is it about human nature that makes us always have to build such huge monuments? The pyramids, the Great Wall, the Pangu. Why can't we live more simply like those ancient Indians in America? That lost tribe out in Arizona or New Mexico or wherever it was. They knew how to get along with the earth.
I've lived in the city since 2017, right about the time they started building the Pangu. I was one of the workers who helped construct it. Never worked so hard in my life as I did back then. They wanted that floor roof structure built in record time, and we did it.
There is much to do down here in the lower city.
You come to Hansha for a good time?
Here I am. 我不懂英文。
Sorry, but for the service you want, you damn well better believe I'm getting my full amount of credits.
Sweet pea. I can hardly make my rent this month.
Join the club, sweet pea.
Scram, man. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something?
Like I'm talking to a client here? Wait your turn.
My apologies, sir.
Want
I
a
was
party?
not aware May had
I
a
can
client
go
waiting.
all night.
You want best in the city? You come to right place. Look on computer and see for yourself. You make me poor. Deal with you no fun.
Slaves, if you will, are living in hotels. And I'm not talking about the Waldorf. I'm talking about the rat-infested pods outside of the circle. And if crimes you think, you'll feel right at home in Lower Hangsha, especially...
你生命中最好的10分钟，别错过了。
Access granted. Access granted.
Good evening. I wouldn't go upstairs if I were you.
Why not? Wait, don't tell me.
May and Edgar going at it again?
Yep. And you know what that means.
Yeah. Edgar in a bad mood. Shame, too, because he can be sweet when he wants to.
I'm always amazed by what May gets away with.
Well, she's earned the right to talk back from time to time. When you've been around as long as she has, you know, she practically ran this place before Chan showed up.
I wish she still did.
You and me.
Will it be business or pleasure?
Hey, 伙计，现在不方便。
Sorry, mister. I'm only dancing tonight.
你看了多久了，帅哥？
Is this your first time here, American? Best girls in the city. Very high class place.
Wanna party?
当地人吧，是吗？
Good evening, sir. Is there anything I can help you with?
那些商人能帮你搞到几乎任何东西，尤其是那些不寻常的家伙。
如果你不怕死，可以去问问他们手上都有什么。
这一切都很危险，尤其是如果你喝醉了 ，augmented 夜间在游照地区独自行走。
对呀，我也一直听说这边的人时常失踪。你真的认为受害者跟这些事件有关？
谁知道呢？不过你要是想安全点，就待在俱乐部里。这里酒吧的老板专门关照有些零钱去来这里找乐子的人。
钱让鬼推磨。The shops here are full of nice things for travelers to buy, but only if you speak Chinese. For someone like you, maybe a more out-of-the-way merchant would be better.
市场上最好的，我向你保证，这些人不可能都弄错了吧？
Somebody told us the Hive is the place to go around here.
Yes, many business people from Upper Hampshire go there. Where are you travelers from?
We live in Paris.
Just be careful in there. It is owned by a local gang leader, and the gang he runs is one of the meanest in this country. So don't ask too many questions.
Oh, okay. We'll try not to step on anyone's toes.
Oh, and if you have augmentations, hide them when you walk the streets at night, especially on Yuanmeng Road. There have been many disappearances lately. You're looking for the Hive as well? They charge to get in, but many of the locals think the membership card is too expensive. So some of them try to slip in through the back. Just be careful though. If Tong Xihang's people find you cheated him, you might end up losing some augmentations.
You look like you can take care of yourself around here. You get those enhancements in China or the US? They're pretty slick. I hear the US isn't doing so hot these days. Trouble in the West, trouble in the South. At least New York seems to be holding things together.
You're not from around here either, are you? We just got in from Paris a few days ago. It's our second time in China.
Gonna have to get second.
真好，报个价。
You ever heard of a private security force policing a whole city on contract? No wonder these bell tower jacks are power tripping. Pretty good.
你想买什么吗？随便看看吧。怎么样？
我不会说英语，
buddy Les never pays to get into the hive.
Does he know one of the bouncers?
No. That cheap son of a bitch knows the secret way in through the back alley. But we share it with the rest of us? I don't think so. Asshole.
Forget it, man. It's getting chilly out here. Finish that cig so we can go back inside.
What are you looking at? Don't suppose you got a light in that hand, do you?
Nice Ogs. Tai Young Medical?
你好，很高
Catch
兴
you later.
认识你。再见，我的美国朋友。
Access granted.
在当地的lâm诊所里，我从来没见过那样的手。他们看起来很先进。
We as a species stepped up to make things better. Our best chance at doing this is to modify ocean temperatures through a combination of ion seeding and geothermal management.
Tourists, if you have business outside the nightlife district, please be careful, especially with the harvesters.
When will we be able to see the truth for ourselves?
I'm here on business. What are you here for? This city's got something for everyone. If you can't find it here, you're just not looking.
Everything I've got, real cheap.
Hangshot Police Patrol, Huaigan and Xichang District.
reaction is, of course, he should. Everyone should be wary of China. They've been moving in on everything American in the past 25 years, especially since that Dragon Queen Zhao took over TYM. I feel weird even talking about this because when it's all said and done, both Saraf and Zhao are cut from the same cloth. And that cloth is a blood-soaked one, people. Not only because they're both CEOs who profit off people carving themselves up and attaching mechanical toys to their bodies, but because they both answer to our overlords, or order lords, as I like to call them.
Access granted.
我很忙啊。
你不是当地人吧？是吗？
Forgive me my poor English. I wish to be better. If only to know what bell tower police say. Bell tower agents know Mandarin, but most often times speaks English with themselves for more secret.
Is this your first time in Hengsha? It is a marvelous place to visit. One of China's greatest.
走开！你会把收割者招来的，那很危险。
Excuse me, sir. Do you know how to get to Taiyang Medical from here?
As soon as sure, gorgeous. You have to take a train. But you know, you can't get into the building without an access card.
Oh, really? I just graduated from university and I wanted to drop off a resume.
I think you're better off sending an email. It's a high-security compound, sweetheart.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
You're pretty. If you don't get a job, I can hook you up. My friend works at the brothel in Qui-Gon District.
No thanks. I have to go. I just got my degree in biomechanical sciences, and I heard Hengsha is one of the best places to work in the industry. Lots of biotechnology corporations here, and Taiyang Medical is the biggest. I suppose it's silly to think a company that important with a huge global reach would even consider hiring someone with only university experience. But a girl can dream, can't she?
And it's time. Know any young hotties who wants to make a quick buck?
非常可悲，但是要在横沙往上爬，就需要加强装备。
One moment. You are not a harvester. We have had the occasional problem with them stealing from limb clinics. They will do anything to obtain augmentation, even strip them from a living person. Be careful.
您是来横沙做手术的吗？
我一般不和陌生人说话。我想我是因为这个手术。
You speak English? Are you here for an operation? I've been waiting to do this for a long time. It took me a long time to save enough money to afford this.
Lim International welcomes you. You are preferred client? Select what you want from computer. You're very welcome, sir.
English? I have been waiting for a long time for this surgery. 我一般不和陌生人说话，我想我是因为这个手术而跟他紧张。
非常可悲，但是要在横沙往上爬，就需要加强装备。
我知道这个会给我更多的机会。
Finally, it's going to happen. This is going to take